Today, I'm at my friend Shane's shop. And when I say shop, it's more similar to a shed. But despite the facility, he builds some of the coolest replica cars in the country of Thailand. This Lamborghini Gallardo replica is the main reason I'm here at the shop today. It's lifted with a Lexus V8 and it's for sale. We'll talk more about this particular car later in this video. First, I want to give you a complete shop tour and show you the stuff that they build here. It's pretty freaking cool. Who knows what this is? Only true die-hard motorsports enthusiasts will recognize this car. Almost everybody will recognize all the other vehicles in the shop. As you can tell, he focuses on building replicas of Lamborghinis, Gallardos, Huracans, and Aventadors. And the way they build these things is super fascinating to me. They use a Toyota Crown chassis, and then they cut the back half off and do a custom rear half subframe where they can drop the engine in the back. And they'll use multiple different type of engines, basically whatever you want. So far in the shop, I've seen Lexus V8s, Audi V8s, Audi V6s, and even a Honda K-Series. I'll show you that later in the video. This red Gallardo build is definitely one of the nicer ones in the shop. Lexan glass. This is obviously still a work in process. But over here on this white, this is an Aventador. This is not a Gallardo, but you can see the front subframe of what was a Toyota Crown. Look here, guys. Here is one of the Audi V8s with the matching transmission, and this is the rear half that they custom fabricate here in the shop. Okay, so I just got some news. This red Gallardo, the one that I said was really nice, this is being built as a front engine car with a built motor, big turbo 2JZ. And well, that gets me awfully excited. Already told the owner of the shop that when this is done to please send me a message and let me know, and we gotta get a ride in this thing. And for those that are asking, to build one of these replica cars here, depending on the engine transmission you use and the quality of the build, it's gonna run you roughly about 2 million baht, which is a little over 60,000 US dollars. But the off-road Gallardo is even cheaper than that. We're gonna come back to this. Bruh, what the hell? Look at that thing. That is a Mazda 3 sedan that is built to look like a Lamborghini Urus. What the hell? This white Gallardo has the engine and transmission already installed, and I wanna show you guys. This is using an Audi V6. I think it's the 2.4 V6 out of an S6, and it uses the matching transmission as well. Yeah, the price of these builds, it all comes down to so many different things. One of them being the engine you use. Another piece of the puzzle, which changes how expensive the build is using stuff like OEM original Lamborghini headlights or taillights, or using the replica versions of those products. From what I've been told, he's built ones as cheap as 1.5 million baht and as expensive as 3+ million baht. And yes, there is a random cock running around the shop. And look, it's an F1 car. Before we talk about this F1 car, I need to take a minute and thank today's video sponsor, who is NordVPN. If you go to nordvpn.com/cbmedia or just use my coupon code, which is CBmedia at checkout, you're gonna get an exclusive deal plus 1 month for free off your 2-year plan. Speaking of plans, Nord now has the Nord Security Bundle, which is 3 different bundles tailored to exactly what you need out of your VPN service. Starting with NordVPN, the VPN service that I've been using for years with a brand new built-in malware protection. Then you have the option to add on Nord's Pass and Nord Locker. These features allow you to generate and store extremely strong passwords and store your files in a encrypted cloud service. I've been working with NordVPN for like a year now, and I've been using NordVPN for more years than I can count. This is a product and a service that I actually use every single day here in Thailand. Again, nordvpn.com/cbmedia or use my coupon code CBmedia at checkout. You're gonna get an exclusive deal plus 1 month free on your 2-year plan. The link is in the video description. Now let's get back to these crazy Lambo things. But don't get too excited. This is not a legit running and driving replica F1 car. This is a giant one-of-one scale model. If you're wondering, the price for one of these, about 20,000 US dollars. Building one-of-one scale replicas that are non-running vehicles is another big part of Shane's business. As you can see here, this is a Lamborghini Huracan desk. That over there is an Aventador desk. And back here, you have a Ferrari 458 desk and sofa combination. Talk about an epic setup for your man cave. When these things are finished, they look so incredibly sick. I'll get Shane to send me some photos so I can show you guys right here. This is one of the Toyota Crown chassis, and you can tell, like, this is the front. Here's where the shock towers are. They use a lot of this chassis, and then they chop it here, and then the remainder is all custom. This simply gives them the availability to mount an engine in the rear on a chassis that was originally front engine. And it just makes a lot more sense than building a totally custom chassis from scratch. So this area of the shop is where most of the mechanical work is done, but this is the body shop, and they have a paint booth back here as well. That is so freaking crazy. Look at that. It's like a Lamborghini Aventador. Like, it looks like a legit Lamborghini Aventador, just totally in pieces, laying on the ground. What a crazy sight. This dude right here is like screaming and yelling and shit. Bro, can you do me a favor? I'm trying to make a video. Every time I would go to say something, he would just start doing that shit. Bruh, chill. All right, I'm trying to make a YouTube video. Sheesh. Next to the pile of Aventador parts is this Gallardo replica, and man, this thing is cool. And the reason why it's even cooler than the other cars is because what's in the engine bay? Yep, that's a Honda K-Series. Who would love to have a Gallardo replica with a boosted K-Series in the back? I know I would. I don't care if it's fake, it's still super cool. So get this, the Lamborghini SVJ Aventador that's right here is also a 1x1 replica, just like the F1 car. But also, just like the furniture that's next to the F1 car, this 1x1 replica is also car furniture. I know this is confusing. Let me show you. It looks like a whole Aventador SVJ, right? Wait for it, because look at this side of the Aventador. This entire Aventador is to be made as a living room suite. It's going to be a wraparound couch that you can plop this in your man cave, in your garage, screw it in the middle of your living room, and you can have a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ one-of-one model living room set. How freaking cool is that? So much want. The first time I saw one of these was at the Thailand Super Series, the Bang San Street Circuit. And in the paddock, there was an area where a bunch of Lamborghini street cars were parked. Huracans, Gallardos, Aventadors. And I saw an Aventador, and I looked at it from like the rear three quarters, and I went to go walk around and check out the cars. And when I walked around the car, my mind exploded because I realized it wasn't a car. It was a couch and love seat combo that was built to look like an Aventador. Totally insane. So this is going to be a desk. This is how they start making these things. Dude, it's just so crazy. And I guess that's how they make a desk. Look at this. A random carbon racing seat. Oh, by the way, this thing right here is absolutely hilarious. Some type of Bentley sedan thing. I don't even know what the hell this was or what the hell this is going to be. Only in Thailand. It's absolutely ridiculous. And, well, I kind of love it. Bro, please, just shut up just for a few minutes. Let me finish my video. If that asshole will let me finish, we're going to talk about the Lamborghini Gallardo off-road thing. So I told you before that all the vehicles here are Toyota Crown chassis. This is the one vehicle that does not use a Toyota Crown. It actually uses a Mighty X, which is a Toyota Hilux. You might know it as a Toyota Tacoma. This is a Toyota Tacoma chassis lifted with a Lexus V8. All the other vehicles here are rear engine because they use that Toyota Crown chassis. Because this is using a Hilux chassis, it's still front engine. These are the Gallardo replica headlights I was telling you about. They make these headlights here in this shop. It says Öhlins on it, but to be honest, I doubt it's an Öhlins. These are the actual shock mounts right here. It's, what do you call that suspension where it goes like this? I always mess it up. Cantilever suspension. So it's gonna have cantilever suspension in the rear. I wonder if these thing has Lambo doors. I don't even know how the hell you, no Lambo doors. Of course, because Gallardos, even though they're Lambos, they don't have Lambo doors. You can see with this cushion, they're definitely making even Lamborghini themed seats. Oh, and I just noticed the backing on them is carbon fiber as well. Shane was building this car for a customer, and unfortunately the customer passed away. So now the car is in his possession and it's ready to be finished and sold to someone. The price for this vehicle, completed, out the door, ready to rock, 1.5 million baht. That's roughly about 45,000 US dollars, and you'll have one of the coolest Lamborghini Gallardos roaming the streets of Bangkok. And this concludes my tour of one of the most unique and original car shops here in Bangkok, Thailand. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you are subscribed, and I'll see you in another YouTube video next weekend. Peace.